Okay, so there are two items that I totally recommend you getting, and it may take you back to your earlier years in life, like way long ago. What on earth are you talking about? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? As always, I hope everyone listening is doing very, very well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there are two items that I totally recommend you pick up. Two of the same. Okay. And they both happen to be clear, huh? Two clear jars. They could be glass or they could be plastic. I am glass phobic. I had a situation years ago where I didn't want to talk about it even because somebody left a broken glass in a sink filled with soapy water, didn't mention it to me, and I cut my artery because I didn't know it was there. And I had to end up in the ER getting stitches on my 20 something birthday. That was not fun. Anyway, glass phobic ever since. I mean it. I'm just saying. So for me, it would be clear glass jars made of plastic. Ah, do I ever buy glass jars with food in it? Yes, I do, but I don't work around glass too much. I'm just saying, just a little tidbit there. Why do we need those clear containers? Well, I have a very important suggestion. Okay. And it has to do with setting up two jars for savings, but they're two different situations. One is for regular savings. Okay. And the other jar is specifically for debt repayment. You could even get a third jar and call it emergency fund. Again, doesn't have to be glass, could be plastic. Why clear? Well, as simplistic as it sounds, I do believe many of us enjoy visuals. We enjoy watching monies grow. There's nothing wrong with that. And everybody has to start someplace. Okay? So, why make the distinction between savings as opposed to emergency fund as opposed to debt repayment? Because they are three completely different tasks. Okay? So, whenever you can contribute to the two jars or the three jars, depending whatever you set up, you may even set up a fourth jar with another name it and claim it. That's why I mention all the time name it and claim it. It's important to have a destination, a job assigned for your monies. And even though it might feel youthful and almost piggy bank like, it kind of sort of is. But the difference is you have a clear goal and you're listing it or taping a label on the outside of those clear jars. Any chance you can, put monies in those jars, literally. An old trick that I used to do, I say used to do, because sometimes I don't always put everything that way. Okay. What I used to do a lot was, let's say, break a $20 bill, and whatever change I got back from that $20 bill after shopping or whatever, I would put it in whatever name it and claim it jar I had. And then when I want to hit a certain numeric goal before I put it in the real bank, if you will, then it could begin to earn interest. Of course, I'm going to get something on a higher interest then, if at all possible. You see where I'm going with this? We need visuals. We need goals. I oftentimes make the reference to it's not good to be that balloon that just flies from place to place without any clear direction. It has no goals. It has no destination. We see it go up in the air. We see it maybe traveling across the sky in between the buildings or houses and clouds. And we're like, okay, so where did that thing go? We have no idea. Sometimes we'll know if it lands quickly down, but most of the time it just flies away to wherever. Is that the way we're going to handle our goals, to wherever? No, no, no. That's not the time to be taking that wherever or whatever. Remember back in the day, a lot of people used to go, whatever, whatever. I know that was a thing back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. That was a huge thing back in the 90s. Okay, whatever, whatever. But we don't want to be like having that whatever attitude towards savings, right? And to make the big distinction, this is the main part of this message, besides putting it into a clearly labeled jar. Okay. Okay. The big message is to make the distinction between savings and debt repayment. Because you need to know, not you personally, we, all of us collectively, need to understand that we can still save while we're paying down our debt. Rewind the video, Jan. Yes, I repeat. Yes, I repeat. We can absolutely pay down our debt and save simultaneously. Now, some it depends on the situation, though. If somebody really wants to knock their debt down quickly, 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 then just you know they're going to do that. They're just going to do that. You see where I'm going with that? But in my opinion, and I don't give financial advice, just know that. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. In my opinion, I do believe you still can extract some monies for savings because life goes on and you still have to save. But here's the thing, as you're watching your money grow visually with the clear jaws, in my opinion, I believe that is motivation enough to want to keep going and to keep going and to keep going. Does that make sense at all? Well, how can we start filling up those jars? It always goes back to the same things. It always goes back to making wise, frugal decisions, separating the wants from the needs. Now, I'm not saying never, ever, ever in your life give into a want. That would be unfair, and that's not realistic. Yes, give into a want after you hit a certain level of goals is the way I would do it. I'm not sure of the way you would do it. Or at the beginning of the month, set aside a couple of bucks, just a little bit of an amount so it doesn't go really crazy. I call it mad crazy money, which is just made for you to cave into any of your wants. I still have my mad crazy money set at the $20 level. Here we are all these years later. Now I've been on this platform a number of years. On the 22nd of this month, believe it or not, it's just scary to even think of this, but I will have completed my 7th year, okay, on this platform. 7 years is a long time. It's like going to high school 4 years and putting in 3 years of college. If you look at it that way. I have a very funny thing when it comes to time. I'm very, very, very like, I don't know. I like to like put it in boxes and compare and all this and all that. All right. But that's reality. So what should we do? Get a couple of those clear jars and start saving. You know already the drill. You know the coffee story. Coffee is representative, is really just a representation of things that maybe you don't have to get. But some outside coffee, I know it's really, really delicious. I'm not saying it's not. I would be like saying a falsehood. But I consider that a rare, rare treat. Some of them are so sweet, it's almost like a dessert times two, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Everybody's taste is different, okay? But whatever it is that you could cut back on, by cutting back on it, I mean, the world still continues to spin and evolve. The sun will come up tomorrow. The moon will come out tonight. Maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't, but it's still there, okay? Hey, that's another great analogy. It just hit me. There are things that go on in our lives. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't see it, but it's still there. Like the need to pay back your debts. Yeah. The need to create an emergency fund. Yeah. The need to save, just keep going and going. Like the savings jar that you're going to begin is going to begin a journey of just putting money away and just putting money away and just putting money away. And that's it. And the other one, I mean, you could have your specific goals, like want to save up for vacation or a house or whatever. And I do totally believe in the name it and the claim it. But keeping those clear jars from the beginning is a great motivation to start. How much do you want to give yourself every single month? Well, that's up to you, and it depends on your individual circumstances. But either way, always know it's very wise to distinguish regular savings from, let's say, emergency fund or debt repayment. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate everybody's time. Hope you get yourself a couple of those clear jars, and I wish you the very best of luck. Take good care of yourself and your amazing family. Thank you.